Hey guys, can you believe it's December already? Welcome to today's video, which is the top 3 reasons why you guys have not been successful at dating and ultimately marrying your beautiful Ukrainian wife. And if you're not interested in marrying a beautiful Ukrainian wife, then you can just click away because this video is not for you. It's for those guys that dream about this. But I see year after year after year, you guys, no result. You just fail. Why is that? We're going to have a heart-to-heart conversation today. I'm going to be very raw and real with you guys because, hey, I always say, if I can do it when I was, first of all, I went bankrupt, which caused her to leave me, right? Which caused me to be homeless. Then I flew to Ukraine and started dating because it's about 1/3 the cost, about 2/3 cheaper than living in Canada. So if I managed to be successful under those conditions, then what's your excuse? Really? Let's get really raw and real. I'm going to be raw and real, but the thing is, you got to be raw and real with yourself if you're going to change anything in your life, right? So I've thought about what are the main top 3 reasons why you haven't been successful yet, right? You absolutely can, right? If I can do it, you can do it. So let's dive into it this video, okay? The third reason, and we're going to do a Jay Leno countdown thing. It's maybe you think you're too fat. Yeah, maybe you think you're too fat. Maybe you think you're too short, too ugly, too old. Maybe you think you don't make enough money. It's your belief system, right? That's only your beliefs. And listen, I get it. You're living in a woke culture where Tinder is the way people meet now for just hookups, right? I understand the condition, the dynamics in which you're dating in America, in Canada, in the Western world. And they are stacked against you in every way, in every regard, and I get that. That was one of the reasons, right? One of the big reasons why I went to Ukraine. I didn't date in Canada. I had one date in Canada when I was divorced. So the thing about beliefs, guys, is that they're so powerful, okay? It works like this. We have self-limiting beliefs. They're up here. They're beliefs, right? Up in the clouds. And the beliefs, they control our thoughts, what we think. So our thoughts are very, very powerful, extremely powerful. What we think, we ultimately manifest. Then our thoughts, they control how we speak, what we say to ourselves, to other people, okay? And ultimately our words are very powerful as well. The words end up manifesting our life. So ultimately, beliefs manifest into what we've got. And self-empowerment is taking responsibility for your life, what you have and what you don't have, right? Until you do that, you can't change. You won't change. And that is ultimately why you have what you have, which is, loneliness at Christmas time. And that's why I'm choosing to shoot this video now at the holiday season, right? Because, the suicide rate is through the roof. In the holiday season, the loneliness rate is through the roof everywhere in the world. Because God didn't design us to be alone. But I know you guys, you try to fool yourself and say, listen, I'm alone by choice. But if you're really going to ask yourself, isn't that a cop-out? Seriously. I mean, if you had a beautiful woman in your bed at night that loved you, that took care of you, that looked up to you, everything that we want, you're telling me you wouldn't choose that? Of course you would, right? The thing is, we delude ourselves to believing that I'm single by choice. Then why are you watching this video? Right? That should be a big clue for you. Okay? You're not single by choice. You're single because of a lack of choice, right? You can't find anybody that, first of all, is attractive to you, right? That isn't, too overweight, right? Because it's a big deal for us guys, right? If we're not attracted to a girl, we're just not interested at all, right? It is what it is. Men are men. So yeah, number 3 is your belief system. And I'm not gonna sugarcoat it or blow smoke up your ass to say that beliefs are easy to change, because they are not easy to change at all. It's kind of like the elephant and a rider, the man on top, right? And the elephant, it's our beliefs, which is our subconscious mind, okay? And the rider, it's our conscious mind, the man on the top. It's our conscious mind. Well, the rider can tell the elephant, go this way, go that way. The elephant's not listening, right? It doesn't have to. It doesn't even feel this little speck on top of it, right? It's huge. It goes where it wants to go. That's your beliefs. That's your subconscious mind. The truth is, your life is what it is today because of your negative self-limiting beliefs, which were programmed into you by the age of 5. And I get goosebumps just talking about this, because you might have heard this before, I'm sure you have, but do you really get this? Do you really understand this? So how do you overcome your beliefs? Well, I'm not going to stand here and tell you it's easy, right? Because it's not. But I can give you one tool that will make a difference. And it's Anna, my beautiful wife. She recorded a hypnotherapy for attracting your soulmate, okay, on another YouTube channel. And that is on the link in the description below. I believe it's 2 hours long. Do yourself a favor. I challenge you. Listen to it every night for 30 days until the new year, okay? Do it till the new year and see what changes for you, okay? Seriously. It's free, right? See what changes for you. Okay, number two. The second reason why you have not been successful marrying a beautiful Ukrainian woman is you have this preconception. Again, this belief that Ukrainian women are gold diggers, scammers, or opportunists. And I completely understand why you have this preconception, because you have had some experience on the pay-per-letter sites, which do multiple billions of dollars a year, and they're scam by design. These women on there, half the time it's just a photo. The girl doesn't even know she's there. It's identity fraud. Or she's complicit. You know, she went in for a photo shoot to get a free photo shoot, and her pictures are up on these various sites. Or she's complicit and she knows about it. Or she gets paid a little bit. Or she's a professional scammer, or somewhere in between. The scams and how they work is so complicated. There's so many myriad of ways that you guys can be scammed and end up with this belief that these women are low quality women. That I understand, that's why that's your belief. But if you've been following me for some time, or if you watch 10% of the 2,000 approximately videos on this channel, okay, you can't hide from video, right? You got to trust your gut. Watch the videos on this channel, and you will hear me say what I'm about to say now. I lived in Ukraine for 6 years. I dated at least 50 ladies, at least. It might even be 2 times that. I didn't actually count, but I'm just saying roughly 50 ladies. So I dated from street pickup, from local agencies when I was testing out the various local agencies when I was going around Ukraine, from introductions, like an introduction. I dated from out shopping at Silpo, which is like our Safeway, you know. So I can tell you 100% that most Ukrainian women are salt of the earth. I can tell you how they're raised. They're raised to be humble to a man, not to mention anything about money, not to request anything about money to a man. That's going to leave a bad impression on him. Not to sleep around. They know, they're taught by their mother or their grandmother that what men value most, it's innocence, it's sexual purity, okay? The closer you are to a virgin, the more attractive you're going to be to the man. That's what their parents and their grandparents teach them. And so, I mean, don't you call that traditional? It's a hell of a lot. That's not our culture by any means, is it? That is the truth. And I know this because of my dating experience. And I didn't just date like you guys from pay-per-letter websites. In fact, I didn't go to pay-per-letter websites at all. So I never had that negative scamming or usurious or opportunist experience that you guys have. Like 90+% of you have had that experience. And I know that, running Match Guarantee for 7 years, right? So if you take my word for it, the stock of women in Ukraine, the average woman in Ukraine is high quality Ukrainian woman. The average. Of course, like any culture, there are opportunists, there are gold diggers, there are scammers, right? Professional scammers. And those I put into the category of low quality women. They tend to be on the younger side, so below 25, 25 to 30 is still a little bit high range for lower quality women, right? But that's the thing. Ukrainian women, you've got it completely wrong, right? I did a video which went viral in Sumy, Ukraine, back in 2000, I believe it was about 18, called "The Dirty Little Secret: Marriage Agencies or international dating sites do not want you to know." I did that video. And I started the video saying, I'm going to cut to the chase. The dirty little secret is they don't want you to know that good girls, high quality women, don't come into marriage agencies. They don't sign up for dating sites. They do not. And I'm going to put this video in the description below so you can watch it, because it's a really great explanation that will help you understand this number 2 mistake, why you have this belief that Ukrainian women are low quality. Okay? You really should watch that. The other thing is I just shot a part 1 and part 2 series called, what was the title of the video? What is the cost? Like, no bullshit. Full disclosure. What is the cost to get a beautiful Ukrainian wife, right? And there's 2 ways that I compare in those 2 videos. There's DIY, do it yourself, and then there's marriage agencies or international dating sites, because the costs vary different. And that is mandatory viewing. If you haven't seen both part 1 and part 2, I give away the farm in those 2 videos. I tell you absolutely information that you're not, I swear, you're not going to find anywhere else. And you gotta watch those videos if you're on this journey or if you're thinking about this journey, okay? Those are in the description below, okay? Number 3, the third reason why you have not been successful finding a beautiful Ukrainian wife thus far, okay? Did I say number 3? I mean number 1, because it's the number 1. It's the top reason. We're going in Jay Leno reverse countdown style, right? Is you say that Match Guarantee is too expensive. I can't afford it. I don't believe I can attract a beautiful, high-quality Ukrainian woman on my salary, on my income, on my financial status, on what I can give her. I think I fall short, so guess what? I'm not even going to try. So, it's because of money that you don't even try. And that is the number 1 reason you have not been successful, is you have not tried. And you guys might write in comments, I have tried, but you tried on pay-per-letter dating sites or socials, right? There's a huge scamming site that's an American-based company that does socials or used to do socials. Actually, they're back. They're doing a social in Kharkov coming up. Or no, they just did. Sorry, there was 10 guys that came to that social. Anna told me about it. Because Luba, our coach, one of her girlfriends, went to the social. Okay, so they're back. Scam. So you say, I have tried, but you've tried the wrong way. Okay, you followed the path to failure. It's virtually a guaranteed path to failure. going on a pay-per-letter dating site. And this agent I'm talking about, they have pay-per-letter, but then they tell you, oh, don't engage, don't do the pay-per-letter thing, come to the social. Sure, like what's the difference, right? Low quality women. Low quality women. They're going to practice their English, to get some free booze, free food, and maybe they might meet their prince in shining armor, right? It's a very low probability game. So that's the path to failure. I'm talking about here the path to success, right? The path to here, right? I mean, this is everything to me, right? I've been a multimillionaire and I was unhappy. Now, I'm ecstatic. Don't get me wrong. We have our challenges, of course, right? But ultimately, every day I have this comfort, this happiness, this satisfaction, knowing that I'm investing in my wife and children. I work, I invest in them, right? I do what I love, right? Even though Anna's taken over the company, which is amazing, right? That she gives me the opportunity to unplug from Match Guarantee so that I can do something else that's going to be a better investment of my time in terms of producing an income. Because it's true, boutique matchmaking, it's barely enough to keep the lights on, right? And it's not just us, it's any boutique matchmaker out there that is doing it the right way, the honest way. So yeah, are you ready for the great news? Drum roll, please, maestro. So, guys, when you have all of these fears, which is essentially what we're talking about here, we're talking about fears, and I could go through the top 5 fears that my clients have, because we've surveyed you guys. I know which is number 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on average, right? I've done videos on that, I think. Ultimately, to take action to do something, we need to bring those fears down to a manageable level, below the action level, that we will do something, that we'll take action, okay? And this fear, I just want to speak about it. This fear that you can't afford it, right? You can't afford it. You don't make enough to satisfy financially, provide for a high quality Ukrainian woman. It's bullshit, right? How do I know? Look at me, right? I just told you, I was successful, but that went out the window when I went bankrupt, which was a really hard story, which I've told before. You're welcome to go to josephricards.com and hear my whole story. The rest of the story, as Paul Harvey would say. I tell you, I'm not hiding from anything. I tell you how I went bankrupt. But I went bankrupt. That caused my wife to say, I don't love you anymore, right? Marry the right woman. Make sure she's marrying you. She's with you for the right reasons, right? So that's a whole nother video, right? But it is about dating high quality women. And sometimes you're just not lucky, right? But better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. That's what me Papi used to say to me, and he was a very wise man, and I completely agree. Going through this life alone and being lonely every day, it sucks. I'm going to, on this point, I have a cousin located about a mile from here, where we're living in Alberta now. He's pushing 70. He's never been married. He lives every day alone, lonely. And, I'm talking about this video of why haven't you guys been successful finding a good quality wife, wherever that may be. There's other women other than Slavic, right? So why hasn't he been successful? I've offered him. I offered him for free. Come, I will help you. You're my cousin. I love you, right? I want to see you happy. He wants a woman very bad, right? He's in better shape than I am. He's got a crisp, clear mind. He's got an occupation that he does okay, normal, right? Why doesn't he take action? I really don't know. That's the God's honest truth. I really don't know. I've tried everything to bring down his fears. I think it's that he doesn't think he can financially provide for a high quality Ukrainian woman. He lives in a shack, okay? And listen, he would be a tough case. He would be a tough case. And so, you know, on that point, it's about choosing wisely, right? If you're going to choose from our site, the supermodel types, tall, skinny, that every man is drooling over, and you're, you know, fat, short, ugly, whatever, old, don't make enough money, well, you're probably not going to be successful, right? You have to manage your expectations. I know you still have to have attraction for the woman. That has to be there. Otherwise, it's a deal breaker for you. I get that. But you might have to lower the standards until you can attract somebody, right, that is interested in you at the quality with your lifestyle currently, quality of life, who you are, you know. But if you don't try, guys, if you don't try and fish in the right pond, I'm talking about, again, path to success, not path to failure. If you don't try, of course, you never will be successful. It will be lonely Christmas after lonely New Year after lonely Christmas, Thanksgiving, lonely for the rest of your life, and you will die alone. You know, and I know that is one of the top fears. It's one of the top 2 fears of all people, is dying alone, me included. Yeah. So, okay. That's basically what I wanted to say. And on the point of match guarantee is too expensive, okay? Anna and I, we sat down and we said, how can we make our services affordable for anyone and not go bankrupt at the same time, right? And we came up with a plan that we're offering up into the new year, okay? So any number of guys that want to sign up. There's not a 3-man limit like the Black Friday special was. It's any number of guys that sign up before the new year. January 1st, the program will end, but it's unlimited dating, unlimited coaching, because you guys need the coaching. That's the number one reason for failure with our ladies, is because you just don't understand Slavic culture and you don't understand what she's doing, what she's not doing, and you're not meeting her needs. And so you blow it. So you need the coaching. Unlimited dating, unlimited coaching. $2,000. That's the initial startup fee. And then $500 a month. But you can cancel at any time. And guys, we have a number, each year we have a number of first meeting marriages. The client met one woman and he got married to her. Now, generally, it takes about a year. I don't recommend it any shorter than that because it takes time to get to know the person. Because the truth is, and Buffett has said it, I just watched a video this morning where it's a channel where he interviews super successful people financially, right? There's decamillionaires, 100 million, and billionaires. And he distilled their advice. And I watched this one guy that owns a big building in New York, and he's a multi-billionaire. And he said, again, just like Buffett said, the most important thing, the most important decision you'll ever make is the woman you marry. That's going to control your success, financial success, because having the right woman is everything to your financial success as well. Look at Anna. I've got her support. Honey, I'll run Match Guarantee. Go out and do M&A, which is what I've wanted to do. I've done real estate for years now. I'm into M&A, mergers and acquisitions, and it charges me. I love the business challenge. And it's financially very rewarding, right? So, you know, that is critically important. Without Anna doing that, I wouldn't increase my financial success, which I want for my family, right? I want to provide more for my family, for my daughters. I want to send them to Harvard if they want to go, for example, right? So I took away the financial limitation, fear from you. For $2,000, every one of you guys can afford that, and $500 a month. Everybody watching this video, come on. I lived in Canada. I was born and raised in the West. If you really want it, you can do it. $2,500 a month, cancel anytime. So if you're really in month number 2, if you can't afford it anymore, cancel. At least you will be in a relationship by then. I mean, almost every guy is in a relationship within the first month. Okay, so you got 1 month for $2,000 to do unlimited dating, right? So you'll be in a relationship and then cancel if you can't afford it. So I've removed all your excuses, guys, but it's up to you. You've got to really want it, right? You've got to really want it. I want to talk about the money part for just to close out. A lot of you guys comment, match guarantee is for rich guys, right? But you're so dead wrong. Just look at our successful clients. There's William and Lilia. And sorry, we're not doing any edit on this video, so I can't put up their picture. There's William and Lilia. So they're married. William is a truck driver. He makes, and he's given me permission to tell. In fact, he filled out the marriage agency versus DIY cost challenge, which I talked about in my video, 2-part series, which is below. 2 parts. What is the cost to marry a beautiful Ukrainian woman? So he was one of the guys that volunteered to list. So he makes $55,000 a year. Lilia is basically a rocket engineer, right? And they live in Cape Canaveral, Florida now. They have a little one already. And William is close to 50. Makes $55,000 a year. That's not rich, right? I think everybody watching this video should be making at least $55,000 a year. Yeah, if you're making less than that, I would agree. It can get dicey for you. You would have to save up, depending. But $55,000 is pretty average, I would think. So you look at Steve, and what's his wife's name? Steve is in Oregon. Very heavy, talk about, hey guys, I'm slapping my belly, showing you my fat. Steve is a big man, right? He's got a big belly. But he believed in himself. He's a Christian guy as well, like me. So he came to Kiev dating. He gave out Bibles as part of his care package to see what was her reaction on the gift of a Bible. Very cool idea. I said, Steve, I wish I had had that idea back in the day. I would have done that. Because he's a fervent Christian. And so he met his wife through us. I'm trying to think of her name right now. Larissa, I think. And they're happily married in Oregon now. And they're pregnant. They probably gave birth by now. He was a mall manager. So he was the guy managing the security mall manager. And I think he made about $40,000. And he's happily married now. And he's overweight, right? Really overweight, okay? So all of those things, as I say, too fat. Guys, does that mean you're going to have the pick of the top most beautiful girls? No, probably not. If you're 40 pounds overweight like me, when I was in Ukraine, I lost my weight. So I looked better. Kind of let marriage, let it slide a little bit, right? So you just have to be more realistic, right? If you're fat, short, ugly, old, whatever, it's all about being realistic with age gap, with beauty level. But the great news is, your choice, who you can attract in terms of age and beauty level, and of course traditionality too. All of that is going to be way higher through our database of ladies, of Ukrainian ladies, than what you're going to find in America or Canada or anywhere in the West. That you can take to the bank. That's absolute. You're going to do much better. Okay, but you got to believe. See, my cousin over there, he obviously doesn't believe. He doesn't believe, and I think it's financial for him, so he doesn't take action because of his self-limiting beliefs. He doesn't take action, and he has the result he has, which is loneliness. And I don't want that for you guys. I want this for you guys, right? I'm a stepdad. I always wanted children. These 2 beautiful souls. They're not my children from DNA, but I'm their dad, right? I love them as much as I would if they were my own children. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If you have limitations about single moms because of your experience in the West, Ukrainian single moms are not Western single moms. Okay? All those behaviors and ways that they are, I don't want to make this video like 3 hours long, so I can't speak to every point thoroughly. But trust me, single moms are high quality, amazing human beings in Ukraine. And if you end up with a mixed family, if you take on a woman that has children, she will be so grateful to you. She will love you to pieces. She will support you, you know. She will put you on a pedestal. So that's about it, guys. I think that wraps up this video. No edit on this video. One shot, first take. Okay, so we're going to be doing more videos like this during December. You'll be hearing from me, seeing me more. I felt December would be a good time for me to come back to the channel, share with you some of my experiences, help encourage you guys to take action while our price point is below our cost price point, right? When you average, when you take all last year, Anna she's the counter of the money, the accountant, all of that stuff. I hate counting money. I just like making it. But when you look at the total cost all in of Match Guarantee, right? Salaries, online expenses, the whole shebang, right? Divided by the number of clients in a year. Our average last year was just below $5,000, right? So this is well below our cost point, which we're doing for you guys as a gift, because we want you guys to be successful. We want you to take action. Also, the other reason that we're doing it is our ladies are really serious about looking for their man to press reset on their life that has been interrupted with a war, right? And they have had to flee. Our ladies are all around the world now. Lots of them in Canada, the States, all over Europe, Germany, you name it. A lot are going back to Ukraine. They want to press reset on their life and start again with the right man, right? With the man that they love, they adore, and they want to have their family with, right? And here's the thing, we don't have enough men-client flows. So, I mean, look at it, 1,100 ladies, and we get three to say 5 clients a month. Do the math. It's going to take us over a decade to marry off our whole database. Well, that doesn't work for them, does it? So what happens? They end up going and signing up to these toxic pay-per-letter, scam by design sites, right? And then they get used and abused. And only the site makes money. They don't find a husband over there unless it's a fluke, okay? So for all of these reasons, this holiday season, we're bringing you the deal of a lifetime. If you want to take us up on this, just go to matchguarantee.com/register, or go to matchguarantee, spelled with a Y.com, go to the top right of the homepage. I guess the right would be over here, and click the sign up button, okay? That will send you to a questionnaire, which we need to know more about you, and you can schedule then a coaching call. It'll be with Luba. She's living in Kiev right now. Luba will ask you you can ask all your questions. She will ask you what type of lady you're looking for. Well, she wants to see some pictures, see what age you're looking for, what beauty level you're looking for. She will give you her honest, expert opinion of whether she thinks you can be successful finding the lady that you're looking for in terms of age level, beauty level. And then from there, you become a client at $2,000 up front and $500 a month. Cancel anytime. That gets you unlimited dating, unlimited coaching. Okay? It doesn't get any better than that. So, happy holidays, guys. We'll see you in the next video. Take care.